Welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude, and again, I'm going to give out my picks and avoidance books of the month. Let's get the ones that we don't need to read right away, and I hate to say this, but if it's a Superman book, Superman. If it's got an S on it, you don't need to read it this month. It's bad out there, it really is. Not every book is, it's not that they're horrible, and there are some traces of some things that are okay, but overall, it's just not good. The writing is not good. Probably the worst offender is Greg Pak with what he's writing. But if you're reading Superman, which is by Romita and Johns, there's really nothing going on. It's a lot of talk, and probably the worst thing that you could look at in that series. In this month's episode, we open up and we see Superman, and he's caught inside of this contraption, this death trap with kryptonite. And I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, it would really be cool to see how he gets out of it. How does he get out of it? Somebody helps him get out of it. And it ruins the whole story. There's points where the superhero does need some help. If it's a piece of kryptonite and Jimmy Olsen comes and he takes it away, that's no big deal. That I wanted to see Superman get out on his own. I wanted to see him be able to use his wits, be clever, use his intellect, and get out of it. And that was pretty much denied me as a reader. That's one of the least problems that's wrong with Superman. It's very wordy, it's very verbose, but the biggest thing is nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. Batman Superman is just too bloodthirsty. Action Comics is probably the best Superman book on the market right now, and that's not saying a lot. All right, there's just no balance with the book. If you read into it, Superman is some sort of cock-up. He can't get things right. Okay, and then he's not confident about what he's doing. So you have to ask yourself, why is this guy doing anything at this point? If you're Superman and you're not certain of what it is that you need to do, then what does that say for all these other people running around in outfits with superpowers? Especially when you're supposed to be the guy that's showing them the way. Well, not necessarily since the New 52. So this month, hey, I hate to say it, I'm a really big Superman fan too, but I'd avoid anything with an S on it. Supergirl is actually showing some really good signs of getting back to where she should be as a character. And it's a shame that Superman is anywhere but that. Major pick for the month, once again, is the Multiversity with Thunderworld. Now, Morrison hits on something here that, I don't know why they don't do. Comic books are created for kids. They're created for kids, sorry about that. And in creating them for kids, that's why we can have these adults running around in outfits and these colorful costumes. Why? Because again, it's a kid's fantasy, and it's still a kid's fantasy, and for those who remain kids at heart for the most part. If you take that away, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Morrison goes into Thunderworld, and it's once again something that is not necessarily childish, but it's filled with the wonder and the excitement that a child would bring to such a story. It's light, but that doesn't make it any less entertaining or any less serious. And he treats Captain Marvel, and that's his name, Captain Marvel, okay, like a serious superhero. Yes, the adventures and the things that Captain Marvel may go on are whimsical, but Captain Marvel is still a superhero, and he's still serious about serious business. He comes in and he sees Shazam locked up, and he's not sitting there like, oh my God, what am I going to do if the wizard's locked up? I mean, you're the guy who gives me my powers, right? No. He's confident. He says, don't worry, I'm going to get you out of there. And Morrison takes all the trappings of it's really like a golden age story, to be quite honest. It's not even really Silver Age, since Captain Marvel doesn't really exist in the Silver Age. But he takes all of those golden age trappings of a great Captain Marvel story and gives us the all-star treatment for what he said or for what you may have read. It's a great issue, and even better than that, you can give it to a kid. If you want kids to read comics, if you want comic books to continue to grow and thrive, they need new readers, and those new readers need to be kids. And this is something you can give to a kid. This is something you can give to them, they can get interested in it, and they can say that they want to consume more of it. The only downside to that is there's just really not a lot of other things for kids to consume. So there you have it. Avoid anything with an S, well, not me, but avoid anything with an S for this month, and do read the Multiversity. If you're not reading it, you're missing out on some of the best comics that are being written on a monthly basis for superheroes. All right, that's it for tonight. We're at the Fortress of Solitude, and we'll see you the next time. Calvin Ellis, seeing you later.